The scent of scorched fabric and blood choked the big top. The vibrant colors of the carnival, once a spectacle of wonder, are now splashed and stained in deep crimson. Where once there was laughter, now there is only slaughter, screaming, the pounding of panic footsteps, the splintering of wood and tent poles collapsing under the weight of unnatural forces. At the tent center, bathed in flickering firelight, pulsing and writhing in place, the monster stands, its form a shifting, pulsating nightmare, all sinew and shadow. The faces of the consumed, acrobats, beast tamers, magicians, children, all twist and shift within its mass, barely visible, their mouths open in silent, eternal wails before they finally and fully amalgamate. The air grows heavier around it, thick with something beyond rot, beyond decay, the pressure of hunger, a profound wrongness. A tent collapses in the distance, the cries of the injured mixed with the frenzied shouts of the desperate, some fleeing into the darkness, others standing their ground. The carnival is a battlefield right now, a graveyard in the making. From the opening in the sundered tent, a light shines through the shredded canvas, the light of Veritas, Eterna's prime moon. Obscured by heavy clouds tonight, Veritas seems to pulse, almost flickering even, a reminder of things greater than this moment, or perhaps a watchful, celestial eye gazing down at the travesty unfolding before you. And the ground trembles. As a woman creeps around the corner with a pitchfork, she pierces the monster through its flesh. The creature wails and grapples with the woman, raising her above its head. The monster, using all four limbs, effortlessly quarters the woman as her warm, scarlet fluids bathe the monster's face, discarding her limbs, torso, and head in various directions. As her blood seeps into its flesh, the creature roars. Finished with its appetizer of common folk, it hungers for something more potent, something touched by importance or power, something more. The monster turns. It sees the four of you up high in the box seats. It swipes at the four closest individuals, a group of clowns scrambling from a hatch on the stage. The monster wields them like stones and with paranatural strength unfamiliar to your life experiences, launches two of the clowns towards the box seat. I need everybody in that box seat to make a dexterity saving throw.
Can I use my DM inspiration as a D4?
You may. Okay, yeah. The DC was a 15, so Cnidarias, you're the only person who's going to fail this save. At the top of the initiative order is Cnidarias. Cnidarias first, as these two clowns come sailing across the big top. You are going to take 3 points of damage from the first one.
Ooh.
And 4 points of damage from the second one. 7 points of damage total to Cnidarias to start off combat. And you are knocked prone as these bodies come sailing through the pane of glass, shattering. You can see in bullet time shards of glass serrating the clown's flesh, cutting off their red noses and slicing into their faces as there is a bloody mess, just an explosion here essentially of parts and viscera in the box seat. The rest of you are able to jump out of the way or otherwise get behind the Aenon. You overturn the Bajorno catering table and you get some cover for yourself, Willi and Salem. Cnidarias, you are not fast enough to get behind that table as these bodies come flying in like meteors. What would you like to do, Cnidarias?
Ouch.
There are 10 plus civilians still here inside the big top. Everybody is rushing as fast as they can towards the exit here. But not everybody is necessarily faster than this monster who moves with inhuman speeds.
Bonus action, healing word. 5.
5 hit points back to Cnidarias. Cnidarias, with a hard thump on the ground, is bodied by these clowns, these dead clowns. You speak a word into existence, and you can all see Cnidarias is like surrounded by this sourcic presence that starts to heal some of his lacerations and broken bones as he's able to like resituate himself and begin to come up from prone. Are you going to use half your movement speed to do so?
Sure.
Cool. Half your movement speed, you are back up to your feet, Cnidarias. What is your action?
Do my dueler, which just means I need to roll a performance check.
Sweet. Roll that performance check, please. And I will also, given that you are in the presence of a performance hall, I will give you advantage. This is your home field, your home territory.
I did good already, but I'll roll it again.
Roll the crit. That's 22.
Same damn roll.
I kind of just, the clowns hit me. You'd think I'd be a little bitch about it, but I am the perfect human, so I just kind of, and then I smack my sword against my leg and say, "Don't worry, everybody. I'll save you."
And what does this sword do, Cnidarias?
Once per short rest, make a performance check of DC 15 as an action. Success grants all melee weapon attacks made with this weapon deal additional damage equal to your charisma modifier for 1 minute.
It's 10 rounds on the clock.
Is like these stairs, are they like kind of bleacher seats?
These are bleachers. Yes, they are risers that rise up about 6 to 10 feet off of the main dirt floor.
Okay, so I've got like 10 feet of movement to use.
You guys are also higher up in the box seat, so you are an additional like minimum 5 feet up higher than the highest point of any of these risers. So you need to get the back stairwell or jump from the now open window of the box seat.
Okay, can I do an acrobatics check to not jump, but like fall from the ledge?
Yeah, like a superhero landing? Absolutely. Roll an acrobatics check for me.
Cool. 17.
Yes, Cnidarias, he equips his sword, activates its ability. You hear this harmonious hum as it sort of Doppler effect leaves the box seats as Cnidarias just flips out of the window and lands like an acrobat would at a 3-point stance in the dirt below. We'll say that that's 5 feet of movement for you to make that jump.
Cool, so then I'm going to use the rest of my movement to go underneath this bleacher right here and become obscured.
Cool. Beautiful. That is Cnidarias' turn. We are up to Salem with Willi on deck.
I think that I want to hide. I just saw some horrible things.
Yeah, make a stealth check.
Nat 20.
I'm inclined to delete your token from the battlefield.
See ya. No, you guys survive.
But Aenon, Willi, Cnidarias, as you guys, take a final gander of the box seat here, you do not see the furry black fellaborn that you came into this box seat with. The crown is also gone, and you guys do not see this person. Salem, what are you doing?
I'm going to shoot my short bow at the creature.
Okay, yeah, you are going to have advantage with this from your sneak attack. You're attacking from hiding, so you get advantage, which gives you sneak attack damage. Salem disappears. Where do you pop back up?
Is there anywhere higher?
Doesn't she have a climbing speed?
You do have a climbing speed.
I wanted to climb with my claws.
Yep, you can use some of your movement to climb the outside of the box seat and get on top of it. You guys do not see Salem, but then Aenon, as you're looking out the box seat again, you see the last wisps of a black tail swoop up to the top of the box seat, and you start hearing this crunch, crunch, crunch on the ceiling above you. And then you hear the telltale sound of a bow being drawn and snapped back. And you see an arrow go flying past the window viewport of this box seat, straight at the Exspiravit. And it hits. You do 6 points of damage. And the arrow is lodged into its form, and you see it just like close around it and sort of open and fluctuate, and then the arrow drops to the ground.
Ugh. Do I have my free action still?
You do have a free action. You didn't have to do anything to climb, so.
Cool. Can I just like, while I'm peering over, get a good look at this thing and see like if I know anything about it?
Yes, make a history check for me, and do so with advantage for reasons unknown. What I'm going to tell you here, Salem,
yes,
is that you definitively have never seen anything like this. In all your time on this planet, you definitively have never seen any creature, beast, or even monster. Monster, the word is not attributed to any like living creature necessarily that you know of. Monster is some kind of ideology behind some twisted nature beast. And this creature fully embodies what would otherwise be seen collectively by the world as folklore. This is a full-blown monstrosity, the likes of which you haven't even seen in folktale.
Fuck, yeah.
Yum.
Hiding was the right decision, I think.
Beautiful. Willi, you are up with Aenon on deck.
I was thinking about just like going hard and then fucking off and then like smacking people with the guiding bolt. I witcha and I like smack them with the guiding bolt, and then I look at Rennick and I say, "It's Get the fuck out of here.
Willi approaches the viewport of this box seat. And Willi, you've never really done this sort of thing much before. I mean, like, you spent some time adventuring, but like, you have not seen a whole lot of combat. And most of it has been fisticuffs, has been like fighting, right? But there is a deep sense of survival brewing within this child. And there's a sense of panic that fuels your spell, and you send it towards the Exspiravit. When you do so, it sees it coming, and its form where you're about to hit begins to manifest into shade and smoke, and lets the bolt pass right through it, striking the dirt behind it, and it reforms.
Hey, we gotta get the fuck out of here. That was horrifying.
And Rennick starts running down the stairs.
Cool. I sprint after him.
And you guys all see Aenon, you know, you're very nature-centric. You've not have a lot of experience with creatures like this, other than ones that you've summoned or spirit animals before. So you get the impression that Rennick fits some kind of category adjacent to that as he moves out of the box seat, like the speeds that he is sprinting, but you don't actually, when he gets the speed, you don't actually see any legs. There's just a blur, a cloud moves across the big top at insane speeds, well to the other side of the structure here. That is your turn, Aenon. You are on deck with the monster after.
Free action. I want to do a nature check. Like,
Okay.
Do I know the nature of this thing?
Right, yeah, go ahead and roll your nature check for me if you would.
15. I am going to use...
You're going to use your ability check, DM Inspiration?
Yes.
Cool,
So,
go ahead and roll for it.
4. 18.
An 18 is going to net you some pretty good information. If you could ascribe a category, it is, as I mentioned to Salem earlier, fully and transparently monstrosity. Watching the way that it moves and writhes unnaturally, it looks like some kind of like conjuration or some kind of creational source. And you get the impression with that nature check that this thing is both, you know, like not of nature, but also manufactured in some way. Like this was created. This wasn't just like birthed and evolved. This was no natural process at play here. Something affected something, and this was the result. You don't know exactly the nature of how it was manufactured, what ways or anything like that, but you know what it is not, essentially.
Okay, I am going to entangle. Yeah, spell DC is 14.
All right, 1 strength saving throw coming at you. First roll from the Exspiravit.
Probably really strong.
And that is a 9. You describe this moment for me.
The vines come up and entangle around their legs and like just grasp it, so he literally is just stuck there.
Cool. Yeah,
And he is
Aenon
restrained.
reaches out with a hand and does a somatic gesture, like placing the hand out and then twisting it back into his core, and these vines just rapidly burst from the stage and grow. Splinters go flying from the wooden stage and begin to wrap around this creature, almost sourcically, because this creature tries to shift and tries to maneuver around these vines, but the vines are able to intertwine with its shifting form and keep it rooted in place. And it just wails in dissent, and it wails in frustration at that.
So I figured that going to the stairs would be 20 and coming to the bottom would be 30, which is my movement speed. Would you agree? Okay.
Yep, absolutely. And Aenon wedges himself between 2 civilians fleeing, panicked, and trying to find the way out. And he just like...
Aenon puts his hands on their shoulders and directs them that way so that they're going around.
They see the exit and they look back to you. They don't say anything, but you see gratitude, deep, profound gratitude in their eyes as they start to make their direction to that exit. That is Aenon's turn. It is now the Exspiravit. Everybody in this room, as a free action at the start of its turn, please make a wisdom saving throw. The DC of which is a 15.
Uh-oh. Can I use my thing?
Yes, you may use a D4. Save. Willi and
Good
Cnidarias,
job.
you both fail. What happens is you are now frightened for 1 minute of this creature. You have disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while the source of your fear is within your line of sight.
Just so you know, if it wants to get out of the restrained condition, it has to use its action to roll the strength save again.
You would think so. And this creature turns fully into mist, and with the speed of half of a heartbeat skipped, it encroaches on you, Aenon, and it is going to make a series of attacks against you. A 22 attack.
Does hit.
You're going to take 5 slashing damage and 3 necrotic damage. I need you to make a DC 12 Constitution saving throw, please.
You got this.
You are going to save, and it is going to make a attack against one of these civilians standing next to you as well. That is going to be a 7. You are able, essentially what happens here is it sprints up to you to make these 2 clawed swipes against this space here, and Aenon, you taking so much damage, put yourself in front of these civilians to keep them alive and keep them from getting hit, sparing them from taking any swipes themselves.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to click that.
Just in the background stealing shit.
Somebody left their bag of change on the risers.
It's just sitting there. I mean,
That is the end of the Exspiravit's turn. We are back up to the start of initiative with Rennick on board, Cnidarias on deck.
Rennick's gonna like stand at the exit and wait for Willi to get down because Willi's a slow motherfucker. He's running down to the entrance, waiting for Willi, but then using hide and seek to turn invisible because he's fucking horrified.
Yeah, absolutely. And actually, go ahead and have Rennick roll that wisdom saving throw for me too. He fails. He is absolutely terrified of this creature. Please make a stealth check with advantage for Rennick.
Stealth.
18, yes. Especially with the Exspiravit's back turned to Rennick, Rennick is able to fully become invisible and blend in with the shadows around him. And you guys can see flickering firelight, and you can see Rennick's form kind of flicker along with it, creating this camouflage effect. Not fully invisible, sourcically speaking, but is truly blending in with his environment around him. At the end of Rennick's turn,
you can't tell me this thing has legendary actions already. We're level 1.
Salem, you are out of range because you are on top of the box seat. Cnidarias, you are out of range, just truly. Willi, you are out of range. Rennick is out of range. All the civilians nearby are going to be affected by this as well. But I do need Aenon to make a DC 12 Constitution saving throw. You succeed. Nice. You see this Exspiravit just roar out and throw its arms back and down, just, and from its mouth, you see this fountain of blood spew from its membranes and in all directions. And you are able to throw your coat over, you're able to throw your cloak over your body and protect yourself from this acidic sort of necrotic upheaval of fluids.
How does this fucker have a legendary action?
100%.
We're level 1,000%.
1,000%. Okay, that is Rennick's turn with the legendary action out of the way. Cnidarias, you're up with Salem on deck.
I would like to make a history check. Or maybe, I don't know.
You can also, there's a lot of checks that you can make.
I know. I'm trying to write a story.
Cnidarias is sitting behind the risers right now, just singing a little melody to himself and scrawling on some paper.
This is great inspiration.
Could I try to deceive myself into believing that what I'm writing is not what's happening on the page or in real life? I don't want to do a history check because I don't really want to know if I know anything about it. I just want to make up in real time what I'm seeing.
Performance?
You made a performance check, absolutely.
Yeah, cool. Okay, I only rolled a 13.
I mean, you're seeing all these crazy things you've never seen before. There's really not a whole lot of inspiration you need to draw from internally. You're just sort of marking down everything that has happened so far. It's it threw clowns at us, it vomited blood, it turned into a cloud and escaped entanglement.
No one's going to believe this story.
No one's going to believe this. This is truly out. You actually go, I have to tone some of this down for it to be palpable.
I'm going to jump out from under the stairs. I'm going to say, I banish the horrific Exspiravit, and then I throw my sword out at it, and I bane. Wait, is that what it's called? I do bane.
You're going to cast bane on it?
Yeah. It is a charisma saving
Charisma. An 18.
Ooh, it's gonna work.
Oh, no.
It's gonna work. Cnidarias, you send out this curse, and the Exspiravit immediately turns your direction and screams at you, and you can see it disrupt this source that you were casting towards it. Its scream and its bellow has a physical effect on the source that you've targeted it with.
My bravery obviously inspired Aenon.
And then you have a bardic inspiration. Yes.
And then I kind of go, ooh, that didn't work. And then I go back under my stairs and I write, banished thee under, a little
Salem, it is your turn, but first.
No.
I need, Aenon, I need you to make that save again. DC 12 Constitution, and Cnidarias, oh, you were back under the stairs.
I did say I went back under the stairs. Yeah, I just moved the token.
You save. Spurt of blood again. You see this guy. He was one of the performers on one of the acts. He was towards the front of the stage when all this happened and unfolded. He is starting to scramble back, terrified of this thing, and another just eruption of this hot scarlet fluid bathes this man, and you can see he starts to scream and wail and moan as his skin becomes melted and distorted, and you can start to see bone and skull and jaw, and he drops to the ground.
Yeah.
It's like vomiting up the blood of its past victims,
I
right?
love
100%. Yep.
That's disgusting.
And bile.
All right, and that is its legendary action. Salem, it is your turn with Willi on deck.
All right. I mean, Salem's first move is to duck down. I want some more sneak attack.
Go ahead and roll a stealth check.
17.
For all intents and purposes, you feel sufficiently hidden.
I'm going to hit it with another shot from my short bow, but this time I want to do my weapon mastery, and I would like to hit it with a sap.
Okay, yeah. Does it have to make a save or anything? Just if you hit it.
If I hit it.
Sweet. Go ahead and roll that attack with advantage. Please make sure that your sneak attack is added.
Ooh, 21.
It does hit, and it is sapped. It has disadvantage on the next attack roll that it has.
Oh,
beautiful.
After seeing it be hit a couple times, can I get any sort of insight on what seems to be hurting it more or less?
Yeah, roll an insight check.
22. What is with my rolling?
You remember watching Willi send a guiding bolt in its direction.
Ooh.
Not only did it reform to avoid it, but for a moment it seemed repellent to that bolt. It did so reactionary. It didn't even think to avoid it. Its body just recoiled against the radiant damage coming towards it. Willi is now on deck with Aenon up next.
Okay, well then I'm just kind of gonna come in this little corner here, a little bit crouching behind that wooden block looking thing, but kind of still out and about so I can see what's going on and take a gander.
Yeah, do you want to use your free action to make a perception check?
Yes, please. Do I have to roll to try to get unfrightened?
Roll your wisdom saving throw. Yep.
Wisdom saving throw.
You succeed.
Hey-o.
You are, for a moment, Willi, naturally, again, you've never been in this kind of encounter before. You've never been in this level of danger, even with your adventures with Amicus Kyrie, and you are naturally terrified of this unknown creature and the situation you find yourself in. But a moment crosses your path. There's a whisper of some message or some statement you cannot make out. You cannot understand. It sounds like gibberish, but something rolls through your mind and you feel your body, its tension drops and relaxes in response to that stimuli. And you are no longer effectively frightened by this creature. So now make your investigation check or perception check, not with disadvantage because you are not frightened. Like a breath sucked out of the room, everything stops for a moment. Just long enough for this creeping thought to take hold in your mind. As you hear a very real whisper carried on the wind, you also see a violet shimmer stretch across the monster, like it was wrapped in some sourcet cocoon. You hear this voice. Not yet. Not full. Incomplete. The monster shudders, and an unnatural convulsion ripples through its shape. you see a glimmer of something catch your eye. Not here on the battlefield, but up higher in the big top. You hear the flapping of burning and ripped canvas above. You look towards it and find the source of this glimmer. It is the performance gong standing at the top of this stage, the rafters above.
Okay.
And that is your free action.
I want to do Toll the Dead.
I need to succeed on a wisdom saving throw or take 1d8 necrotic damage.
It's actually
missing.
D12 if you are missing.
It's D12 if you have any HP.
It is missing hit points, so it would take a d12 if it fails. It is a failure. There is a when Willi sees the gong up there, has an idea of bells and noises, and peeks around the corner and whips their hand. And when the hand like snaps open, you guys all hear this like hell's bell toll inside the big top here. And you can see the Exspiravit kind of respond to that sound and take some of this necrotic damage. It only takes 1d12. Let me roll that real quick. I rolled a 9. It takes 5 points of necrotic damage.
Bitch, is it okay if I like try to half hide under, like behind that block thing?
Yeah, so if you hide behind that block, I will give you 3/4 cover, which provides a +5 to armor class temporarily while you're behind that corner there.
Do I have cover?
You do. You have half cover, so you have a +2 to your armor class right now. All right, so that is Willi's turn with Aenon up and the Exspiravit on deck.
Aenon wants to do free action and do a religion check. That's a 12.
A 12. Given the manufactured nature that you've been able to suss out so far, it seems to have some kind of Cesaric or some kind of Sorcic application to its manufacturing. You aren't exactly sure which, per se, but it is something beyond like the material plane, right? So the list of things that it could be is quite long. It could be something sent down from the celestial bodies above to right some wrong or wrong some right. It could be some mad wizard who conducted a ritual to create this thing. It could have been, none of you have been to like the hells or anything like that. It could be a demon. It could be something along those lines. It's like, paranatural, so to speak. And it could be something perinatural. It could be something from Paramos. It could be something, you aren't certain that Paramos exists, but given that this thing shouldn't exist, all bets are off the table right now. So if those places of folklore are real, this could be a sign of that thing's existence, right?
I'm gonna bonus action a healing potion. So 10 points. So I'm back to full health. Good.
That is your bonus action. What action would you like to take here?
I am going to cast Thunderwave.
What kind of saving throw? Constitution?
Yes, it's a Constitution saving throw.
All right, DC 14.
Fuck.
It rolled with disadvantage, but it still succeeded. It's going to take half damage from your attack. It is not going to be pushed back. But it takes 18 points of force damage.
Okay.
You can see when this thunder wave, Aenon steps back, planting their heel into the ground and just claps forward. And this thing is able to brave the torrent of wind coming at it, but you can see its form starts to warp and wither in spots, and the sound itself begins to distort it, and it can't manage the sound coming just blasting straight at its face. That is going to be the Exspiravit. The man that it just killed with its legendary action. You can see it like aim towards the man, and the man starts to deflate on the ground, and its blood trailing through the air and absorbing into its form. You can see these threads of blood. Mechanically speaking, it is pulling from this body and begins to pull from other dead bodies on the battlefield here. The threads of blood and sinew are being pulled from each of these bodies consistently over the course of like the next minute or so. And it is absorbing a lot of the life essence and lifeblood from these bodies on the ground. The first commoner is completely depleted though. It's gonna make an attack against you, Aenon, with disadvantage. An 11, and a 15.
Does
Does
not.
an 11 hit your armor class?
My armor class is 12.
Baby! All right, so you see its maw just like spread open and kind of like scream in your face, and its teeth start to like worm and writhe inside of its jawline, and it like reaches in and like moves to make a bite against you with its full torso. You were able to take a step back and avoid this chomp like right in front of you as it pulls back from you. It like shakes its head, seeing that the damage that you did was like actually pretty painful, and it is going to form shift. You have an opportunity attack if you'd like to make it.
Yeah, I'll just whack it with my quarterstaff. 17 to hit, 7 bludgeoning.
For its second attack, this is going to be against Cnidarias and Willi. Its maw is open and these tendrils slime out of its mouth and just like dart in your guys' directions. Willi, that is going to hit. Cnidarias coming at you. A 21 to hit.
Yeah, it sure do.
Both them motherfuckers gonna hit. Willi, you take 3 points of damage. Cnidarias, you take 1 point of damage. Both of you need to make a strength saving throw for me. DC 13. We see Dottie back in her Den of Divination. She's like, yeah, Cnidarias will probably be fine. And he's just like impaled and wrapped around with a tendril and is like pulled out of the risers essentially.
Did my strength saving throw not get out or do good?
Oh, you succeeded. You see this tendril coming at you, and you take the damage. Like it kind of slices across your cheek as you're peeking around the corner. But when it wraps around to pull you back, you step out of the way before it can pull you in. Cnidarias, you are not so lucky as you are pulled from the risers behind. That is its turn.
Rennick is going to see if he can get unfrightened.
That is not going to succeed. Rennick.
He's just going to stand here and cry. Then.
Yep, he is panicking.
Yeah, poor buddy.
Cnidarias, you are up with Salem on deck.
Okay, so I'm gonna make a saving throw for the fear, and then a saving throw for the tendril. And then
Wisdom saving throw does not succeed. Unironically, completely wrapped up in the tendril, you are absolutely terrified, especially considering with that strength save, you are unable to break free from it. You are struggling, squirming, absolutely terrified.
Okay, can I make a perception check? 'Cause now that I've got a close look at it, I want to get a good physical description.
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and roll that perception check. And I'll say with advantage because you are so close to it.
Not doing good. You guys.
Oh,
No, you're not.
ooh, that's rough.
Cnidarias, you can't make out much detail. Its form is shifting so much. You really can't get a solid read on it. But as it is shifting, even with the DC 5, you kind of gaze through it and you see something. The clash inside the big top escalates, screams, the monster's guttural shrieks, beams collapsing as canvas peels like sunburnt skin. In the chaos, something catches your eye through the Exspiravit. A glimmer, then two, then a soft sheen across the wood slats of the stage floor as though someone spilled a trail of crushed moonlight. From where the clowns attempted to escape, it glistened strangely in the firelight like it wants to be seen. Something from beneath a warped barrel backstage. Its metal, side-dented from the Exspiravit's earlier thrashing, a heavy, grainy substance snakes across the floor, threading through the fray. It's powder, fine, sharp-smelling, biting at the nostrils, highly flammable. This is part of the grand finale, the firework powder meant to illuminate the sky in a cascade of thunder and glory. Now it's raw, open, uncontrolled. A single spark could ignite the entire big top. And there are torches burning dimly on the support beams. One clings to its bracket by a single warped nail.
Okay, so
Get the torch.
as a bonus action,
All right, roll 1d4 for me. You all see for a moment Cnidarias screaming and yelping as he's being pulled from these risers, and then he quickly shifts to the left, and you don't see him anymore. He is completely gone.
like, is that thing right next to me? Is that a torch?
That is a torch, yep.
Can I object interaction to pick that up?
Yeah, for sure.
I'm gonna move over, and then I'm gonna simultaneously use my last spell slot to use Cure Wounds to heal myself and go uninvisible.
Uninvisible, Cnidarias appears 25 feet away.
I am under these stairs now again, and so I am going to whip out my little notebook, and I'm going to jot down It could not hold the great Cnidarias. Escaped him once again.
Hell yeah. Love it, love it, love it. Willi and the civilian, I need you both to make a DC 12 dexterity saving throw.
Ooh.
The civilian also fails. You're going to take 1d8 necrotic damage. That's an 8. The civilian is instantly killed. The tendril wraps around its throat and breaks his neck on the spot. And you are restrained again, or you finally restrained, and you will take an additional 1d8 necrotic damage per turn while you are restrained this way.
I'm gonna die.
You will need to break out of this restraint next turn or Willi is down. Salem, you are up with Willi on deck.
Honestly, I think I'm just going to keep doing what I do best, is hide first and foremost. As a 16. Then I'm going to try to use my weapon mastery again, but this time I'm going to try to hit it with a topple. So if I hit a creature with this weapon, I can force it to make a Constitution saving throw. And on a failed save, the creature has the prone condition, which I was hoping might help free.
Yeah, for sure. Go ahead and make that attack roll first.
With advantage?
Yep.
Nat 20.
Nat 20.
Okay, girl.
You peer around the edge of the box seat, let fly another arrow, and this one sails true. The Exspiravit reaching and pulling Willi and losing Cnidarias angles up for the right moment as it's what it perceives as its eye is connected with the arrow that you've let loose. And you see this arrow just fully sail through this creature's body. Brutal. That was a brutal shot. You can see blood splash onto the ground around it that starts to sizzle at the dirt and the wood beneath it. Constitution?
Yeah, which is probably as good at, but...
With disadvantage from the nat 20 that I gave it, it still succeeds. It stumbles around, falls back a little bit, especially it's like, you can see it kind of like covering its face and blood continuously splatter on the floor beneath it. But it is not knocked over.
Can I try to climb towards the exit?
Yeah, you're just climbing along the wall?
Yeah, I mean, if I could...
I will ask for an acrobatics check because you are climbing along canvas.
10.
Salem, you are climbing along this canvas and like grabbing as many of the pillars as you possibly can, but you just hit a spot that was already compromised. And with your nail, it shreds down and you fall onto the riser, not taking any damage, but you do fall prone onto the top of the riser.
I do have a ability that I'm better at falling than people, but I don't think we transferred
as you fall and are about to land prone, we just see Salem like turn around at like the last second, like a cat would when you drop, and is not knocked prone from this event.
Hell yeah.
Awesome. That is your turn with Willi on deck. Willi, go ahead and make that save for me.
Come on, girl.
Got it. You got this, Willi.
She's
Willi.
tossed.
What's your health at? 6. This is 1d8 of damage. I am going to send this dice into the Seal of Fate, our first Seal of Fate roll in the game. This damage die could determine if Willi dies instantly. You guys do not know why, but given the nature of the situation, Willi could die instantly right now.
Wow.
Willi, no.
I just got here, okay?
Willi, no.
No.
Willis.
Willis, we love you.
3,
Tell us,
2,
Willis.
1.
We'll never know what the gong was for.
I don't even know what it's for.
4 points of damage to you, Willi. Willi is not killed outright instantly, but Willi, you are pulled into the melee range of the Exspiravit by its tendril, and you are still in its grasp. You are still going to be suffering those damages at that time. However, Willi, the big top is burning. Screams roar louder than the fire. The Exspiravit screeches, all tendrils and smoke, limbs cleaving through steel supports like twigs. Willi, you scream as the Exspiravit pulls you into its melee range. Then something snaps. Not a sound, not a bone, not a thought. A feeling, a pull, like gravity is reversed. Pain sears across your back like lightning, arcing from shoulder to spine. Your vision floods white. You stumble forward screaming, not from fear, but from awakening. A gust of wind erupts from you. Glimmering planes, swirling like stained glass, pale, opalescent wings burst forth, unfurling, crackling, beautiful, and alien. Everyone sees. The fire halts for half of a second. Even the monster flinches. Peeve hisses in his mind. Willi, what the hell is that? You grow a tail next and I'm out of here. But you don't get the chance to respond. You're standing in a garden made of music. The sky hums with strings, trees bloom in geometric spirals, the air tastes like memories and starlight. Before you, a glowing figure on a crystalline throne, skin of living gold, a crown that floats above their head, a face that is unmistakably yours and yet impossibly not. They lean forward. You are not broken. You are the beginning. You blink. Gone from the garden, the throne, the light, all gone. You are back in the tent. The monster turns, releasing you from its tendrils as you break free from its grip. A friend in need, yourself in need. Willi, you rise into the air, wings spread wide, your silhouette framed against the firelight.
Holy shit. Please.
You are filled with vitality and you go back up to full.
Oh, the fuck out of here.
That's awesome.
Where?
What would you like to do in this moment, Willi?
I only have one thing that's radiant damage, and it's the guiding bolt.
I will also give you advantage right now because of the moment that you just experienced.
You feeling yourself, Queen?
One more time.
A
20.
20 is
work.
going to hit.
14
Yes.
radiant damage.
Yeah, that's
Dirty
fucking sexy 20.
Little slut.
Dirty, slutty little 20.
Willi, you all see a peri-natural angel float on high and break free from the grasp of the Exspiravit. And as it flies up, it charges up another one of these bolts that it sent out from the box seat. And Willi, you send this radiant, punishing blow towards the Exspiravit, and you deal 28 points of radiant damage as there is a small explosion on the foreside of this creature.
Nice.
It is blown backwards, warping and twisting and bleeding.
Blown
And
backwards.
How
it's
far
blown
back is
backwards
it blown?
5 feet.
Okay.
Can we light it on fire?
It
Not
is
yet.
bloodied at this moment.
That's
And
good.
ugly.
Ugly, stupid.
I think it's hot.
That is Willi's turn. Do you want to use any of your movement flying around right now?
Can I go to the gong, please?
Yes, absolutely.
Get to the gong.
So Willi flies up towards this gong, grabbing one of the tools off to the side in the bucket next to it, and prepares for a strike on the gong. But before that happens, Aenon, it is your turn. Before you go, however, you see something emerge from the crowd. Flames lick the canvas walls of the big top as screams twist through the air. Beatrice, stumbling through the crowd, her hands trembling, fleeing like the rest. Her legs carry her towards the exit, unthinking, driven by instinct, the voices that say, run, hide, survive. And then a child screams, high, sharp, unfiltered terror. Beatrice stops, turns, and time slows. In the middle of the ruined arena, a small figure stands frozen. A girl, no more than 7 years old, backed against a fallen bench, eyes wide, staring at the towering horror looming before her. The Exspiravit's pulsing limbs extend, slick and scarlet, each tendril hungrier than the last. Beatrice's breath halts, and suddenly a memory. The stone floor. Wormtooth's latent odor like rotting flowers. The spell circle glowing around a cage, and her, Beatrice, just a girl then, gripping a shell of sorts in her hands and a gem inside. Attached, it glows a faint lime color. She doesn't want to hold the thing, but she can't seem to let go of it either. Suddenly, a noise startles Beatrice, and she looks across the way to see a shadowy figure as it throws the door open. She can't see its eyes, it's too dark, but it clearly looks at her, then looks at the spell circle around the cage. Without hesitation, the figure waves its hand and the spell circle drops. The figure looks back to Beatrice and snaps its fingers as the tumble lock rockets off of her cage. A cackle echoes through the chamber around you as the figure's head darts in the direction of the noise. In a cracked voice, she hears it say, "Run, child." And Beatrice did. She fled through fire, through teeth and blood, and she survived. She never saw the figure again. Now another child was trapped, another cage, another fire. "No," she murmurs. And with just as much instinct as before, Beatrice's legs carry her swiftly across the arena. Her feet barely touch the scorched ground as she weaves through toppling support posts and burning wood. The creature doesn't see her at first, too focused on the girl. Taking this opportunity, Beatrice slides in, grabbing the child by the wrist and throwing herself into a roll, shielding the girl with her body as they crash against the overturned crate next to them. "Run, child! Don't look back!" The monster reacts almost instantaneously. A tendril whips forward, slamming Beatrice into the back. Her body lifts into the air, spins towards the creature, and is pummeled into the dirt. Another tendril following pierces her through the chest, then another into the side. The only thing that breaks the moment of silence is the distant sound of a child crying and the pitter-patter of tiny shoes. Beatrice cocks her head to look at the girl and catches her briefly to witness her round the corner to safety. With a single tear pulling into the dirt, Beatrice smiles. Another moment passes, and the stream of tears cease, but the eyes remain open, wide, staring forward, not in fear, but in peace. A quick crunch reverberates through the big top as the pile of flesh is discarded from the monster's appendage.